So here we go. First off, let's set up the matrix. So our coefficients on x, y, z. I don't care if you put the dashed line in for the equal sign. I just like it. That's how I roll. Okay. Couple things to remind you of also. Obviously, always. In general, it should take us 4 matrices to do it. So that's how I always kind of space it out. Top left corner, I always look for that 1. Now, you're probably not going to see that on every problem today. You might have to reduce the equation by something. You might have a 1 where the 2 is, and you might have to interchange those rows. So just be on the lookout on that on the homework. I did get a little trickier on you. So we're going to work a column at a time. Start with that one. My top left one is amazing, so I'm going to keep it. And we're going to use that to change the 2 and the 1 underneath. Now, I'm going to start with the 2. To get rid of a 2, we need a negative 2. So I'm multiplying the top row by negative 2, and we're going to add it into the middle row. So here goes our calculations. Negative 2 times 1, negative 2, plus 2. Negative 2 times negative 3, 6. 6 minus 5. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4, plus 5. I'm going to have negative 24 plus 14. Now again, you're going to see just maybe a little bigger numbers, a little twistier today than maybe on Friday. Let's say this wasn't a 1 right here in the diagonal. Let's say this was 10, 10, 20. Just reduce it, divide it down, okay? Now we're going to get rid of the 1 at the bottom. So I'm crossing off my blue negative 2. We need a negative 1. So I'm going to times the whole top row by negative 1 added to the bottom. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1 plus 1. Negative 1 times negative 3, 3 minus 2. I'm going to have negative 2 plus 3, negative 12 plus 20. Okay. So our first column is beautiful. Moving on to the next column. I have a feeling I'm going to have to scroll it up. So working on this column, of course you've got that diagonal 1. I always look for the diagonal 1, so my blue numbers are perfect. Filling in the blue row. I feel like I'm going to end up scrolling this up. Now, does it matter if we get rid of the negative 3 first? We convert that to a 0, or the black 1 on the bottom. I picked up green, so I'm doing the negative 3. To get rid of negative 3, we need 3. So timesing the blue numbers by 3, adding to the top. 3 times 0, 0 plus 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus negative 3. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2. 3 times negative 10, negative 30. Negative 30 plus 12. Now remember too tomorrow, it's a no graphing calculator quiz. If you are worried about like making a computation error, you can use a scientific calculator if you have one, just for the record. All right, let's get rid of 1. We're going to swap this up to a negative 1. Add to that. Negative 1 times 0, 0 plus 0. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1 plus that. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1 plus that. Uh-oh. Negative 1 times negative 10, 10 plus that. Okay, so I said uh-oh because we lost our diagonal 1 here. We're not going to panic. 0x, 0y, 0z, bunch of 0 equals negative 18, or sorry, 18, 18, which means no solution. So you can't have that. Now let's review too, thinking about your quiz. What if it was 0, 0, 0, 0? Then it's the IMS, the all solutions, and we have to do that goofy Z is A shenanigans, which you're excited about, I can tell. You'll see it on your homework again. Okay. All right, let's do a word problem, because why wouldn't we? So of course, again, we're using matrices to model our linear equations. You can see here applications. Man, in college I took an entire semester course, which was basically about matrices. It was pretty fun. So let's take a look at a very lovely word problem coming at us. A nutritionist is performing an experiment on student volunteers. That seems weird, okay. He wishes to feed one of the subjects a daily diet that consists of a combination of 3 commercial diet foods: Mini-Cal, Liquifast, and Slim Quick. For the experiment, It's important that the subject consume exactly 500 milligrams of potassium, so my potassium row, 75 grams of protein, 1150 units of vitamin D every single day. So clearly you can kind of see our equations here. Let's set up the one for the protein. Now I'm not going to, or potassium, sorry, potassium's the top one. I'm not going to get crazy and define the variables, you know, X is the grams per millical, Y is liquefaction, blah, blah, blah. Let's just set them up. So we're going to have 50X, 75Y, 10Z, and of course potassium, I'm just going to read it quick up there, we want a total of 500 milligrams of potassium. Okay, let's do our equation for protein. So 5 milligrams in that, we need 10 in the liquefast, 3 in the slim quick, and my protein, 75. We've got some big numbers, which is making me very nervous. Okay, bottom equation for vitamin D, we need 90 of the minical, 100 liquefast, 50 slim quick, and vitamin D. What do we need? 1150 units of vitamin D. Okay, so if we were going to solve this with Gauss-Jordan, I might cry a little bit just because we have such big numbers. I would definitely probably reduce this guy. Well, no, we got the 3. I try to reduce these down and pray you get a nice 1 somewhere. But, if you don't love me, you can also do Gauss-Jordan 100% on your graphing calculator with no work necessary. That's what I wait to show you today. So, this would be one that you would be able to use your graphing calculator on with the large numbers. So get out your calculators, get them out, get them out. So first, of course, we're going to have to enter in the matrix. So I know you know how to write this matrix style. I'm just writing it. You can reduce them if you want, but honestly, when I get to use my calculator, I just use the original numbers. Why do any extra work, right? Okay, so let me pull up the calculator. Oh good, it's not even in the way, look at that. So first I'm going to show you how to enter the matrix into your calculator. If you look on the left-hand side, right above that x to the -1, it says matrix. So I'm going to hit second, x to the -1. Now, like I said, I've been doing matrices also in trig, so I have that 3 by 3 in there. You probably don't have anything in there. Whatever, it's fine. I'm going to retype over it. Anytime, because we're going to start doing more in our graphing calculators, you're putting a matrix in, you got a right arrow over to edit. I'm going to use the letter A, which is selected already. Yours probably says 1 by 1 right now. Like I said, I have junk in there from trig. And I'm going to change it to a 3 by 4. 3 enter, 4 enter. And that arranges it. And now I just start typing in that black matrix. Don't judge how slow I type. So I'm just typing in the matrix, hoping I don't make a typo.
And you just type the numbers in?
Okay, and I'm just going to double check I don't have a typo up here because I hate typing on this thing. Okay. So I have it typed in. And you'll see too on your notes here, I'm just going to click to the next slide for a sec. I do have some screenshots too on your calculators of where to find things. So we're in the matrix menu, we went over to edit, and we typed it in. So now I'm really on step 2, just so you can kind of see where we're at here. Now, once you've got it typed in, we all have it typed in, I don't want to be ahead of you, we have to quit out and get to a home screen. So second mode. So remember, Gauss-Jordan elimination puts your matrix in what we call that reduced row echelon form. It's such a mouthful. There's an operation in your matrix menu for that. So matrix, menu again. Matrix menu. We're going to go to math, so right arrow over. Now there's a lot of stuff in here, like we're going to do determinants, that first one in a couple sections, so on and so forth. You have to scroll, well, 2 ways I guess you could do it. You have to get to letter B, R-R-E-F. Now, I'm too lazy to scroll all the way down, so I kind of up arrow and come up from the bottom. I think it's quicker for me, I don't know. But you need to get to letter B, R-R-E-F, not A, B. You need the reduced row echelon form. I'm going to hit enter. And now I need to tell it, hey, of which matrix. Well, I did mine as A, so I'm back in the matrix menu. A is selected. I just hit enter, and then I'm going to hit enter one more time. X is 5, Y is 2, Z is 10, and done.
Oh my gosh. I've done this the whole time.
Don't you love technology? So, I know you're happy about this. When we come to test time, you will have, of course, some to do by hand, some by hand, and some on the calculator portion, which clearly you don't need any work. So just once. Now, here's another pro tip. Get ready for this. If I'm doing a lot of these on my calculator, like let's say you'll see page 2 of your homework, there's some you can do on your calculator. So I just go back into Matrix clearly. I'm going to go over to edit, and I just use the same one. I just type over, I redo the numbers. When you quit out of it, once you've typed in the next problem, if you hit enter again, it's going to be the same because I didn't change it. It will automatically update and do the RREF on the new matrix for you. You don't have to pull it all up and do it all again. So if I was like, oh, I want to do a different matrix now, I have no idea what this is going to turn out to be. I'm just going to go in and change like 2 numbers. Let's make this 7 and 9. I don't know. So then I would quit out, and I could just hit enter again. Like I said, I just made some bad numbers there. And it will automatically calculate it for you. So once you pull up the RREF and type over it, it will do it for you. And let's say I was really mean to you, and I was like, I want fraction answers, no decimals. You can do your math, enter on it. There they are. Okay, so there will be some calculator strictly problems on your homework, some on part 2 of the test when we get to that. Alex, do I need to look?
How do you clear range?
So if you want to totally delete it out, okay, I'm really going to try not to get on a bender at Texas Instruments. It's like in 5 menus to do it. So if you wanted, because I have kids that will like use A, B, C, D, E and want to clear them. So you could totally reset your calculator, but you might have some other things in there that you don't want deleted. We'll just leave that out there. So you can hit second plus, takes you into the memory. Now we want to delete I'm going to delete that matrix out. So I'm going to hit number 2. Then I'm going to go to number 5, matrix. And I just have the one in there, letter A. And you can see the little arrow on the left side of it. It's already selected. If I just hit delete, it's gone. So now when I go back into my matrix menu, it's blank. But I didn't have to reset my whole calculator and lose anything else I might have programmed in there. Okay. Anything else on the calculator? I'm on to you, kids.